ahead. This weekend we'll have highs in the low 90s with humidity increasing as well. We'll also have the chance of some isolated showers and storms during the evening hours. I'll have a look at that coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 10, hurricane cleanup underway at the Augusta Riverwalk. How long the temporary closures will last.
And the FBI is cracking down on child abuse offenders. Details on the nationwide effort as your News at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on BTV.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks for joining us.
Coverage you can count on begins with the Augusta Riverwalk closed for a few days. Crews working to clean it up after Hurricane Helene. Hannah McDonald has the story.
The cleanup is expected to take 2 weeks due to large items like tree stumps, large limbs, and root balls along the Riverwalk. The Deputy Director of Augusta Parks and Rec Maintenance Division says they are in the final 2 phases of getting the Riverwalk ready for people to enjoy again.
Today started the first phase. That'll be the 14th through the 20th. Then we'll be back on the 23rd through the 26th, finishing up the second phase, where we'll finalize getting all of the stuff from the 5th Street Bridge Marina area all the way down to 13th Street, getting all that stuff accessible and out of the way.
Williams told me the public has never been in any danger at the Riverwalk prior to the cleanup. We also asked about updates on Oglethorpe Park that has been closed since Helene.
We've already been in contact with our vendors to try to get that equipment replaced, but I don't have a time frame on that yet, but we have to be able to get a total assessment to see what has actually been damaged that was under the rubble that we couldn't get to.
He said they will also be in talks with the director and administrator about the replanting of trees in the park and other areas. Williams says the community has been wonderful during this process and they are excited to finally open full time.
We appreciate all the patience from the citizens in working with us in our parks, throughout the cemeteries and all. This cleanup has been a process, and it's been something that I know my crew is ready to get back to a normal schedule.
The Saturday market will be open and operate its normal hours during this closure. In Augusta, Hannah McDonald, WJBF News Channel 6.
Augusta has a decision to make on garbage service. The city is offering recycling in name only. Since the hurricane, haulers have been picking up household trash and recycling in one truck and taking it all to the dump. Commissioner Catherine Smith Rice says she's tired of what she calls the charade, saying the city needs a new program.
My constituents in District 3 have, several of them have emailed me, text messaged me, saying that here we are, we're still recycling. Are they picking up recycling? And I'm like, no, we have not been picking up recycling. And that's hard to tell them that because here they are still recycling.
The engineering director told commissioners a new garbage contract will be presented in 2 weeks with a recycling option. However, commissioners will need to decide if they want the city to continue to offer it or have residents contract separately with their hauler.
It is time now for a first check of our weather.
For that, let's turn to Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
Well, we had very dry weather today, just a few spotty showers and storms. And right now on Live Viper 6, you can see the tiniest little shower here right in Augusta. This is around Washington Road near Martinez and about to cross the river into North Augusta. That's it when it comes to the rain, other than this other tiny shower in Jenkins County and parts of Emmanuel County. And notice the flood warning as well. That's for the Ogeechee River near Midville. That's where it's expected to go above the flood stage tomorrow morning, and that flood warning should last until Sunday. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Washington Road showing dry conditions on this part of the road, but we did have that shower nearby. A high of 86 today, a low of 64, so above average temperatures in the morning, but right around average in the afternoon, and no rain recorded at Augusta Busch Field. We're currently in the low to upper 70s. Allendale still very warm at 77, 73 in McCormick, Swainsboro at 72, Aiken you're at 73 degrees, 75 in Gibson, 74 in Edgefield. Even though it's dry, we do have still some pretty high dew points at 70 in Gibson. So a lot of moisture coming in with this south breeze up to 6 miles per hour in Augusta, 7 in Aiken. You can see here on satellite and radar we have this warm front positioned to the north of us. More clouds and some spotty showers over in Alabama. Now overnight we could see a couple more stray showers or two, but it will be dry for the most part. Calm winds tomorrow with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And looking ahead, you can see the temperatures are on the rise. We'll be in the low 90s on Friday with a high heat index. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up shortly, but back to you.
All right, Jenna, thank you. The FBI arrested more than 200 child sex abuse offenders in a nation.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is looking at ways to resolve conflicts before they turn deadly. They joined other law enforcement agencies this morning for a training demonstration, and they got to see products from Pepperball, a company that makes non-lethal weapons for law enforcement. The sheriff says it's an option they're looking into as his deputies encounter more people out there with mental illness.
They really don't fully understand what they're doing because they don't have the mental capacity to process what's actually going on. And so this is one of the ways we can still accomplish our goal of bringing some sense of normalcy to the situation.
More than 5,000 law enforcement agencies across the country use Pepperball products, including in Georgia at the Cobb County Sheriff's Office.
Coming up, an Aiken child fighting a brave battle.
And we're going to tell you how the community is coming together to support his journey after the warm forecast.
That's right, we're trading out all that rain for some hot weather. We are going to be heating up into the lower 90s, high humidity, and maybe some weekend rain. I'll have a look at your futurecast when we return.
Every day, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., People at Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6. It's 365, only on News Channel 6. For years, WJBF News Channel 6 and our partners have championed local families through our Children First campaign. Together, our mission has always been to strengthen our community by uplifting children and their families across the CSRA. Count on News Channel 6 as we make a difference in the lives of local children. To learn more, visit WJBF.com/Children First. WJBF News Channel 6's Children First initiative is sponsored by Bridgestone and by Costello Law Firm. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Well, with all that rain over the past 7 days, you can see that it's no surprise that our river levels are rising above the flood stage, especially in our southeastern counties. Anywhere from around 5 to 10 inches of rain from Saluda County down to around Emmanuel County. And the rest of the CSRA also saw at least a few inches over the past few days. So here's a look at those current river levels. Nothing major, but we do have some yellow dots here indicating the river's likely getting above that flood stage soon. You can see here on Live Viper 6 a couple areas highlighted in green for those flood warnings until further notice, and one of those is down in Millen near Midville. We have a couple spotty showers here and there around Emmanuel County and Jenkins County. Then up towards downtown Augusta, we have that rain right over town here over the Savannah River and SRP Park, seeing that light rain coming down. Can't really see it too well here. If you look closely, I think you can see a few drops coming down in a wet baseball field there. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. We're sitting at 74 degrees, a southwest wind of 6 miles per hour. Dew points are in the middle 60s. And you can see around the CSRA, it is a very warm summer-like night. All of us in the low to mid 70s. Warmth all across the southeast here, a little bit warmer out towards the west and a bit cooler towards the northeast, where they're still seeing the final effects or impacts of that low pressure system that we've been watching. You can see some scattered showers and storms there moving up towards the northeast. We have a warm front to our west, those stray showers now starting to fade away as that rain crosses into Georgia. So for us tomorrow, it's going to be a dry start to the day, mostly sunny skies. We're starting out in the mid 60s, then climbing into the upper 80s. Now, believe it or not, we have not had a 90-degree day yet so far for 2025. On average, that happens on April 27th, so we're actually a little bit behind schedule here, but last year it took until the end of May, and I'm expecting us to not only hit 90, but I'm expecting 93 on Friday. And when you factor in dew points in the upper 60s, it'll be feeling more like 97, and it's definitely possible that some CSRA towns could briefly get to that triple digit mark. Now remember, when it's this hot, it doesn't take long at all for your car to get over 100 degrees. In fact, it only takes 10 minutes for it to feel like 109 in there, 124 degrees within 30 minutes. So please keep that in mind. Always make sure all your kids and pets are out of the car. 20% chance of rain Saturday, Sunday, and again on Monday. You can see here on our Futurecast, Friday night will be dry, but we will have this cold front approaching, so keep this in mind if you're out and about this weekend. A little bit of rain possible Saturday night, and as this cold front stalls out over the area, we could see a few more showers on Sunday night as well. So not a washout for this weekend, but remember, if thunder roars, head indoors, but enjoy the nice summer-like conditions. We'll be in the low 90s all the way until next week as well, with another 30% chance of rain and storms next Wednesday.
All right, thanks so much, Jenna. Today, the Aiken community came together to support one of their own. Joy O'Connor is the son of an officer with the Department of Public Safety, and he's battling leukemia. Shepherd Community Blood Center hosted a blood drive to support his recovery today.
And since last June, the community has supported us in ways that I never thought was imaginable, and it's just been tremendous all the way around. It makes me almost tear up just thinking about it, the amount of support that we've had. So just for people to come out here and give their own blood for kids like my son, it's just awesome. He's still got another year and a half or so of treatment ahead of him, but he's handling everything great, and he's on the road to recovery.
Joey's father tells us he's scheduled to wrap up treatment in September of next year. To follow Joey's story or find out how you can help, just look for this story on our website, WJBF.com.
Hard to believe it's been 63 years since James Brown recorded his first Live at the Apollo album. Now children from our area are honoring his legacy on the same stage tonight. A band from the James Brown Academy of Music Pupils, or JAMP, was selected to perform on Amateur Night at the Apollo Theater. Amateur Night invites performers to take the stage and compete for a prize. If they make it past tonight's performance, they'll go back to New York June 11th. The finals are June 25th.
That is so exciting for them.
Oh, way to go. Best of luck going forward.
Coming up next, a South Carolina judge rules in favor of the state's abortion law.
Reaction to that decision next.
WJBF News Channel 6 proudly presents.
After years of back and forth between Planned Parenthood and South Carolina, a decision has been made.
The state Supreme Court ruling that abortions after 6 weeks are illegal in the Palmetto State, as Caroline Yaffa reports.
The state's decision came after a long legal battle over the state's fetal heartbeat law, but it is now set in stone that in South Carolina, you are not allowed to get an abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. The South Carolina Supreme Court has now sided with the state's interpretation of when a fetal heartbeat begins, marking it at 6 weeks. It was challenged by Planned Parenthood. They argued it's around 9 weeks. Governor Henry McMaster says the court's ruling has defended the right to life, and time again, we have prevailed. His office sent me this statement that reads in part, "Today's ruling is another clear and decisive victory that will ensure the lives of countless unborn children remain protected, and that South Carolina continues to lead the charge in defending the sanctity of life." Paige Johnson is the president and CEO of Planned Parenthood South Atlantic. She said lawmakers are harming families and destroying the healthcare system. She sent me this statement that reads in part, "Justice did not prevail today, and the people of South Carolina are paying the price. Planned Parenthood South Atlantic will continue to do everything in our power to ensure patients receive the care they need and fight for their ability to control their own bodies, lives, and futures." Jace Woodrum from the American Civil Liberties Union sent me this statement that reads in part, "Many people do not find out they're pregnant until after the 6-week cutoff, and the list of exceptions is so narrow that doctors are struggling to provide life-saving reproductive care for fear of criminal prosecution." There is still a bill in the State House that would ban abortion completely, except for emergencies. In Columbia, I'm Caroline Yaffa,
Okay, kids, thank you.
Every day, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
The high school basketball coaching carousel spinning with ferocity right now as a pair of successful Richmond County coaches are on their way to the same school. Four-time state champion coach Jerry Hunter of Westside and Butler girls basketball coach Ebony Fields both were approved Tuesday by the Columbia County Board of Education as new head coaches of the Grovetown boys and girls basketball programs. Hunter departs from Westside after a tenure that saw him achieve a three-peat of GHSA Class 2A state titles. Hunter also won his state title with Blaney. Now, Hunter says though the decision was difficult, the time was right for him to make a change.
Anytime there's an opportunity to grow, whether it's as a person or a coach, you want to take advantage of it. Here's so much about the guys up there being respectful as well as being competitive. So just the X factor of knowing that I'm going into a situation where we have basketball in common, but we're going to grow as an adult and as kids even more.
Now, as for Coach Fields, she spent the last 6 years at Butler, transforming a once struggling program into a two-time region champion. Fields won over 100 games in 6 seasons at Butler while helping send more than a handful of her athletes to play at the college level. Fields says she's looking forward to a fresh start at Grovetown and to build a winning program.
Starting over, getting Grovetown where I feel like Grovetown can be. So it's a new challenge to try to. They're not highly ranked. So you kind of coming in like you came over here at Butler to put them where I feel like they can be as far as rankings, as far as winning, as far as chasing those region titles and state titles. So I'm most excited about the new challenge.
Well, it's never too early for football. Spring football in full effect at Grovetown High School on Wednesday evening. The football fans got a chance to get a first glimpse at the new-look Warriors under new head coach Dedrick Mayo and Grovetown's blue-white inter-squad scrimmage. It was the climax of the 2-week spring football session of practices where Coach Mayo, who was hired by the school in February to replace Corey Evans, who previously spent 4 years leading the program. Now, it's not Coach Mayo's first rodeo. He comes to Grovetown with tons of experience, both as a high school and college coach, so he knows what to look for in the beginning stages of rebuilding a struggling program.
I'm just setting a baseline, setting expectations, how we're going to operate. How you do anything is how you do everything. So want to establish a disciplined culture, do things right all the time. How you behave in the classroom and in the hallways and in the community, it translates to the field on Friday night. So I think we've done a good job setting that baseline, get some of these young guys out here running around making plays.
Now, the Lakeside girls tennis team still alive. They were playing in the Final Four against Roswell in the state tournament. The Panthers, though, they are state championship bound in the 5A girls tennis bracket. The Lady Panthers swept through the round of 32, Sweet 16 and Elite 8. They'll now face off against Milton in the championship, looking to win their first state title since 2013. The date and time still to be announced. Now, for the first time in 8 years, the Augusta men's golf team headed back to the NCAA championship. The Jags finished in 5th place in the Tallahassee Regional. The team shot 2 under par in the final day and 3 under for the tournament. The NCAA championship will be held May 23rd through the 28th in Carlsbad, California. There'll be one of 30 teams competing in the field. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
The great thing about News Nation is there's
.org.
And last but not least, I'll tell you a different sound echoing around the transit system in New York City.
Instead of the hustle and bustle, subway performers filled the railway systems with music.
And today, an event showcased the musicians putting a spotlight on them. Greg Mocker takes us to the event.
Train to Woodlawn, approaching the station.
It takes a lot to drown out that underground sound.
music can change the tempo of the commute.
When they stop, if they stop, you know, you have something special.
Marquis Sales has a lot to say with his sax. Performers in the transit system have to break through the noise, stand out from the crowd. Just don't block the way. For a moment, the melody can transport a commuter to another place.
You can tell people that just have it and love what they do because it exudes that energy, and that's what we need in the subway.
Once a year, the MTA's Arts and Design Office holds auditions. It's the 35th year. Artists send in a demo. Finalists get to perform at Grand Central Madison for a panel of judges.
But I couldn't stay away so often. There's not a lot of activity. You can hear yourself all the way down the tunnel.
Oh, so talented.
Yeah, that was really good. It's making me want to dance.
Yeah. Wonderful. Love it.
Well, our forecast is showing nice weather over the next couple of days. We don't have to worry about any more widespread rain or severe weather. We're going to be mostly sunny and dry tomorrow, but we are definitely heating up to 89 on Thursday. Low 90s starting on Friday. Low 90s most of next week as well, with our next big chance of rain the following Wednesday, but just some isolated showers this weekend.
All right, Jenna, thank you all for watching. We're back at the top of the hour on News Channel 6 at 11.
Hogan's Heroes is next right here on MeTV.
Have a great night.